Hello everyone, this is Darwell20, and welcome to episode 48 of Darwell20's Let's Play of ATM10 to the Sky, where I'm keeping one polymorphic catalyst and one time crystal in stock, and I'm going to copy that so that it works multiple ways. Cool. And then same for here, north and east. Cool. Because I want to have a chest, an ender chest. But blue. Ready to roll. Okay. So I'm going to have you sit like this. I don't think you need to be a thing, so that's fine. Not that it was actually hurting. And then on the up, you're going to extract. This should look like a familiar build to you guys, right? I would think so. Everybody got a doohickey? Cool. Pulse. 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 And you're set to equaling 4 water. Cool. And then what I should be able to do sweet. Liking that. Liking that. Okay. So you're going to need a sink. Extracting water. Inserting water. Oh. I did not set your area of effect correctly. Cool. All right. Off. Off. Ignored. Bing. Do what now? Why you no drop? Oh, because I forgot to laser hook up you. Right. That should solve that problem. Now you need to pick up just time fluid buckets. Beautiful. That is awesome. How great is that? I love that. Now, your area of effect is such that you're not lower than that thing, right? So there's no reason I can't get an ender tank or 2. Can I get some lime dye, please? Perfect. Excuse me. And then lime. And then you're going to extract and insert. That's like a really good automation. I love that design. That is so good. How good is that? Am I crazy? Or is that like really, really good? I love that. Like that is just, and it stops when there's not, like, that's so good. It's really, 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 I'm proud of that one. That's new. That's a new pattern for me, and I am digging it. All right, so let's turn you, are you like not, okay, yeah, no, you're cool. I'm gonna turn you off for a minute so that I can do you, because I think he dumps to any side, but I'm not sure. But if I turn you off now, and then do that, and then do that, and then you're linked, and you're still linked, and you're on, and that should be cool. All right, so now we look up just dire things, that's looking good, right? And I should be able to scoop that. Portal fluid. That's time fluid. I want more portal fluid, please. Alright, what is going on here? Shift click to fill it up all the way. Cool. Good to know. Good deal. Is that cool? I think it's cool. Looks cool to me. Yes. Okay. That works, right? And now we've got time stuffs. And now I can make a time wand. And I can do that. Sweet. And now we have a time wand. Cool. Cool. Right? How great is that? I love it. All right. So now we've got some really good stuff. I feel like you should probably go somewhere. Maybe over here. Sure. That sounds like a good place for you to live. You can go away. Should probably have my demagnetization coil over there. Seems cool to me. See if that continues to behave itself, but it should. Okay, so that chills. We've got plenty of time crystals happening. We've got time fluid automated. I'm liking it, right? I'm quite liking it. And we should probably get time protection. Doesn't need to be one of those. So you install this on your armor so that you don't get the wibbly wobbly time effect, which is cool. All right, good deal. Anything else I wanted? Death protection's nice, but it requires a time crystal. There was something else I wanted time crystals for. I just forget what. I forget what I was supposed to. I wanted. You know what I wanted time crystals for? Insta break. For that, we just need a couple diamond pickaxes. And a couple netherite. And a couple templates. You ready for this now? This is another cool thing we can do. Courtesy of this dude. You ready? That's cool. That is awesome. Right? How great is that? Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Minor upgrades that we get to do now, courtesy of having time crystals and a few other bits and bobs. But, I mean, now I can teleport around. Now I have another way to tech accelerate. I'm happy. Dyer's happy. Speaking of being happy, let's continue being happy and play with modern industrialization a little bit more. Does that sound fun? I do like this mod, I gotta say. I don't know what's been going on over here. I haven't been paying attention per se. But clearly we've got, you know, some stainless steel happening. You received some things to start processing, I guess, because of all that breaking that I just did, which is fine. We've got a decent amount of that. We don't have a decent amount of you. But, like, we can get more. I just need to let that run. Right? Not a big deal. We've got tons of chromium going on, which is cool. Stainless steel we seem to be pretty good on as well. Decent amount of U happening, decent amount of manganese tiny dust. So plenty of manganese dust, actually. That's cool. Unsure if I'm at the point where I'm regretting not, increasing the storage drawer capacity of these things, but I mean, we'll find out, right? And then we have all this, like, polyethylene and whatnot. So let's look at modern industrialization and see where we left off. We wrapped up the electric age, right? And the next thing we wanted to get into in modern industrialization would be the digital age. In order to do that, we need 4 digital circuits. So, bada bing, bada boom. Quest complete. Seems like yes. So, that's cool. Now we can get into fun stuffs. So Canthol dust, raw tungsten. There's this whole chain to get me to highly advanced machine holes. And then there's stuff up here, more advanced components, better technology, turbo machine holes, I guess. So, like, you lead to here. Okay, so we have to go up this way to here. See, I'm glad that the quests give me a step-through guide, because then I don't have to, like, look through JEI to figure this out. It's like, here is your path, Dyer. Please enjoy. Please follow these set of instructions to have a super cool looking factory and don't have to poke around in JEI for half an hour figuring out how to get A to B. But yeah, it looks like we need to get a distillation tower, because that's how we're going to get like many different types of fluids. But that'll all lead to getting a processing unit, which can go towards making highly advanced machine holes. And then off in this direction seems to be all the nuclear stuff, which I've never actually done, I don't think. We never really played. I think we, like, dabbled once. Like, a little bit. For, like, a minute. But it looks like a whole nuclear thing. So it looks like this chapter is, if you want to think about it, cut in two right down this line. And what you have is this stuff over here on the left, like, is all nuclear beyond this point. So, like, A plus to the quest makers for this design, because it makes it very clear. Like, this line separates all the stuff that is not nuclear with all the stuff that is. And most of nuclear seems to be around the fuels. So, like, not a big deal. Cool. I like it. I like it. So, I'm guessing our main thing should be getting into a distillation tower first and turbo machine holes. And then we'll want to look at Kanthal and tungsten so that we can get this stuff, which is probably going to need for the large advanced motor, I assume, right? Titanium rods and titanium and all that good stuff. Yeah, titanium comes from these things. Neat. Okay. Yeah. Maybe just Canthal and titanium needed to get this far. It looks like this dude is only needed for the implosion compressor, which leads to nuclear. But, like, I assume this is used for other stuff as well. So yeah, we got some stuff to make. So let's get you and you cooking. And we will see what we can see in terms of getting this going, right? So I'm going to do like I've been doing before. We're going to do this. Now you need to know how to make you and you and you, right? So stainless steel. We have stainless steel, but we haven't automated them into bolts yet. So we're going to need bolts, we're going to need rings, and we're going to need blades, right? So that takes care of you. Blades is going to need you and you. Okay. And then you're going to need rods as well. Okay. So that covers those dudes. So realistically, these are the 3 components we're going to need. And we already have 64 stainless steel plates. So I'm guessing that I automated that already. Let's find out if I'm right about that. Okay. I did. Good job, me. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another bending machine for stainless steel. Okay. And then we'll have a functional storage. Locked and linked. Okay. And then we can have bending machines. Realistically, I should just put 3 of them here, because I assume there's going to be other stuff in the future. And I guess I could do more compressors as well. Cool. And whether or not I'm going to have power problems, we'll find out. But for now, I can get my tin cables and my item pipes. And that should be cool, right? So just to get started, what I want is tin cabling here. And then we'll have item pipes connect up. But you're going to go into there, and you're going to do this, I assume, is just you. Right? And if we don't have stainless steel plates in the extract over here yet, we can add them, possibly. Cool. Sweet. And then you go in here, you output to the top, auto eject, and then that's cool. And then you'll stop at 64, and then we will see like we have with the other ones. Stainless steel is not what I would call cheap. So like, remember we have to do all this stuffages, right, for stainless steel. So if we decide that we need to keep more than 64 in stock, we shall. Is that a deal? Like, I guess there's no reason not to keep cooking the stainless steel, right? Because does stainless steel dust do anything for us besides I'm supposed to cook you? We can use it to make Kanthal, so we do need to keep the dust around. So, yes, we do want to keep the dust around, which means we don't want to go crazy just yet. I mean, there's always ways we could handle this, right? Like, we could have, like, a keep and stocky kind of thing, but we'll chill for now. We can always ramp up production when and if we need. So that covers you. Now I just need rods and bolts, which are back here, right? So this should be equally not terrible, right? We've already got copper and all the other kinds. So again, I don't want to have like 8,000 of these. So I'm going to get a couple more cutting machines. Or functional storage, that'll be cool. So that, and then that. I always forget that you do that. As soon as I place it, I'm like, oh, right. Okay. And then same deal. Lock and link. And then our cutting machines should be done by now. Cool. And then your job will be to keep stainless steel rods and stainless steel ingots in stock. Cool. And then you'll get you, and you're going to be ingots. And then you also need your fluid, right? Don't forget your fluid pipes. Cool. I'm going to have to get used to having, like, 2 different forms of plate here. Alright. But then you're going to go here with the auto output, and that should be cool. And they disappeared because they went into the thing, right? So then up here, we're going to do very similar. We're going to have You connected, you connected, you connected. Let's just connect you for the future because we know eventually we're going to need that. And then you guys can handle that too, right? And that would be cool. Technically, you don't need the bottom insert, I guess, but meh, doesn't hurt. And then you need items and energy. Right. Technically not needed, but doesn't hurt. And you're going to do stainless steel rods, which should have you doing bolts. And then you can auto output to the top, and that should be cool. Deal? Cool? So that covers all those automations. So now if I want a pump, we're good minus the advanced motor, which I never taught it how to make, but hopefully I think I have everything I need to do that. We'll find out. To make you, we do not have everything we need. We need, these are cool, but we need magnetic stainless steel rods and annealed copper wire. Do we have that one yet? No. No, we do not. So you're going to need to be annealed copper plates, which need to be annealed copper, which need to be Canthol tiered. It's either hot copper or copper dust. So can you... No. So it's going to be hot copper, which is going to be oxygen and copper dust in a Kanthal tier. All right, that should be doable. We should be able to pull that off. Do we know how to do copper dust? We do. So we can do that, right? And that has to be in a Kanthal tier? Yes. So that means Kanthal is going to happen like right now, right? Because before we can do annealed copper, which is required for the motor, we need Kanthal tier stuffs, right? Yeah, it says Kanthal coil, so I think that means we have to be at Kanthal tier heat. So that means immediate need right now is Kanthal dust. So in order to get Kanthal coils, we're going to need Kanthal cables, which needs Kanthal wire, okay, which needs Kanthal plate, which needs Kanthal ingots, which is made with hot Kanthal ingots, which is made with Kanthal dust, which is made in a mixer with chromium, stainless steel, and aluminum. Luckily, we have all that, right? We have all that. So that's cool, right? So now if we check our stainless steel, why are we getting so much? 512 is what you store by default? Okay, I guess that's fine. I'll let you stay that way. Oh, right, because I put a downgrade in you. Right. Yeah, you guys had downgrades. I forgot to downgrade those. I'm going to downgrade them for now. And then... Right? These stainless steel bolts will be used shortly. Okay. So let's do the thing with Kanthal. So we're going to need like a lot of these blast furnaces, I think. Is the way I'm doing this the way I want to do it? My instinct is no. What I'm thinking is we should have a dedicated like level for all the blast furnaces. Does that feel smart? I feel like that feels smart. Right? So if you're here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And click. And then that should align with that, which it does seem to. So that's cool. Right? And then you're going to go... Right, and then your settings menu needs to come back up. Cool. And then this can be our blast furnace and vacuum freezer layer, right? And then we can kind of expand them left and right as we see fit. Is that reasonable? I feel like that's reasonable. And we can run, like, you know, Electrum cable down there too. So let's get a bunch of Electrum cable, which shouldn't be a problem because everything's automated. Cool. And then we can get, let's make sure that this stuff is automated if it can be. So electric blast furnace is not. I should automate that. Okay. And for Canthol hot ingots, we need cupronickel tier, which we can automate. We'll make Canthol tier an automation too. Let me get all the automations that we can for all this stuff. So that'll be, all that'll be like machine, right? Okay. So we're going to want, you know, a bunch of you and then some blast furnace action, right? And then we're going to want to match what we did over here for the most part. So MV energy input hatch. We'll just make a bunch of those, which I think should be fine. Works so far. And then we'll have input hatches. You guys, I've been using the bronze tier, which is probably fine. So bronze fluid input hatch we'll make 8 of. Bronze item input hatch we'll make like 8 of. And then output hatches we might want similar. Is that cool? All right, so wow, we're actually a little bit low on rubber sheets. For vacuum freezers? Let's do that. And that should be cool. Right? So then what we want to do is kind of match the pattern that we have up there. So we'll have an MV energy input hatch. And then we'll have a so for the first one we want to work on is Kanthal dust, right? So to make hot Kanthal, we just need the Kanthal dust. We don't need a fluid. For annealed copper, though, we need oxygen. So that'll need a fluid input, okay? So what we'll do here is I'll probably bring down, if I can, without too much trouble. I should be able to. I can, but I want to move this. So let's do memory card. Copied. If I put you here, loaded. Okay. Then we can bring more cables down with a new interface. Okay. And that should be cool. And then we can run you down, kind of parallel to this dude-ish. And that should be cool. I'm going to try and make you around the same Y level. Well, maybe. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. So then your job here, I'm thinking what we want to do for this one, because there's no reason to, like, make the Canthol dust. There's no use for it, I assume, other than making Canthol ingots, right? So what we should do, theoretically, is, for this one, we should mix it right here. Okay? So we'll have an item input hatch here. And then we can have our heat-proof machine casings. And then we'll have our item output hatch here. And then we'll have our this dude. I'm guessing that's just, is that looks, yeah, this has to go on the bottom, right? That looks right. And then like that. And then heat proofs on the top. And that's valid? Good. And then what you're going to do is have a mixer. But I want an electric mixer, please. Right here, set to export automatically that. And your recipe is going to be Canthol dust in a mixer. Cool? And you can keep in stock 10 of each of these. Okay? And that should be cool. Now, can you receive MV power? I'm not sure. I don't think so. So MV to LV. I forget how this goes. There we go. And then tin cable to that. Cool? Okay. And then you're going to keep in stock you, and you. And you may need a crafting card. Okay. And then your item pipes can extract on a blacklist, and you're going to insert chromium, stainless steel, and aluminum dust. Cool? And then you're going to push directly into here, get cooked, and go right into there. Cool? Okay. And then we get our vacuum freezer, which, if I remember this one correctly, we're going to need a similar bronze item input, can chill here. Now, the vacuum freezer needs power too, right? So we're going to want an MV energy input hatch, and then we're going to want you. Now, a few people have said that I should do things like share walls. I don't know if I like that, just conceptually speaking. I mean, it makes sense, so I might wind up doing it at some point, but we'll see. For now, I'm just gonna do it proper, right? That is a valid shape. So what I should really be doing, to be honest with you guys, is running this power underneath the MV. That's what I should be doing. So what I should be doing So this way I can do this. Right? We could have you. And we could have you. And then we could have you. With you. Okay. And then you can run like that. Okay. And then your item piping can be that. Okay. And you'll never have anything but hot Kanthal, so that's fine. Right? And then you should be cooling and making Kanthal ingots, which we can then functional storage. So I'm thinking 512-ish. Is that cool for Kanthal? Does that seem like a number? So that's the trick, is I don't know how much I need. But now we have Kanthal cooking. Cool? Alright. So that clears out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our steps. Now we just need plates and wires, and we should be cool. Right? So same deal. I'm going to put Kanthal in here with an item pipe. Okay. And then you're going to need to keep that in stock for me, buddy. Okay. And then you're also going to need to keep some Kanthal of those dudes in stock. Right? So you should immediately be... And then you need power. Cool. And then output there. Automatic. You're going to disappear, though, because you need to get wire milled. Now, you've got a 64K storage, so this line is perfect for this. So then you can get Kanthal plates. Okay. With an output to the top. And you'll stop at 64. Cool. And now we've got you done. Kanthal cable. We should be cool to be making our Kanthal dudes now. Nice. We just need to wait for, you know. So we're missing 115. So 64 doesn't sound like a good number. So we're probably going to want 512, right? Because in order to make the 16 of these that we need like 128-ish. So, yeah, we should be storing 512 of that. Is that cool? Guess we'll find out. Yeah, so we just give this dude a minute, and we should be ready. All right, so let's wrap up the episode here. It's actually a little bit late, and when we come back next episode, we'll have enough stuff to make a Kanthal tier coil, and then we can make our annealed copper. Is that cool? For now, Del20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.